And a very good evening to all my viewers out there. It is Sunday, December 4th, 2022. It's 12:16 a.m. and we're going to do a metro ride in this video between here, Snowdon Metro Station on the orange line, to Berri-UQAM. And then from Berri-UQAM, we're going to be switching to the green line, probably getting off at LaSalle Metro Station. And that means we're going to be passing Lionel-Groulx Metro Station twice. First on the way to Berri here on the orange line, and then on the way back from Berri on the green line towards LaSalle. So you can hear a train approaching now, probably ours, and it will be in AZUR because of course this is the orange line and AZURs are the only rolling stock on the orange line. The only question is, which AZUR Set will it be? Looks like we've got set number 3. One of the first AZUR sets, and of course, how do you know it's set number 3? How do you know what set it is? Well, it's always these first 2 digits right here. So this is set 3, car 9, and 10 is of course the year that the AZUR was conceived, thought of. So like I said, we'll be going on 2 lines tonight, starting here with the orange. And for this video, I'll stay in the front of the train, and for the next line, well, maybe we'll go to the back of the train. And there's a chance we will get an MR73 on the green line once we get to Berri-UQAM, but we'll see. And of course, Villa Maria is one of the newest stations to have elevators. As you can see, there's one right there. And there's also one on this side as well.
Prochaine station, Vendôme.
Another train approaching. About filming these when you're on these trains, whether it's AZURs or MR73s, it's very reflective, the glass, as you can see. But the angle that I'm filming now on is usually the one preferred in general. By the way, in this video we will be passing through Snowdon Metro Station, where there's no train stopping, which means a little bit of a treat. There's the Vendôme curve, and there's Vendôme Metro Station. By the way, I pointed out in a previous video, look at the LED lights.
Station Vendôme.
These lights up here, I think are also going to be changed soon, possibly. But the signature orange lights here at Vendôme have started to be phased out. and turned into LED lights.
Prochaine station, Place Saint-Henri.
This is always interesting. So what you've heard right now is pretty much very simple to explain. As you saw a minute ago, there was actually a wall in between this set of tracks and the opposite tracks. And in the bottom of the wall there's these little holes. I don't know why that wall is there, here between Vendôme and Place Saint-Henri. But anyway, when the train goes through those holes, as you can see, there's a ventilation hole right there. And I guess depends on the holes. When it passes through the holes, the air blows through the ventilation based on where the holes are. So that's why you have that sound generated. As we approach Place Saint-Henri,
Station, Place Saint-Henri.
Now it is Saturday going into Sunday, which means the metro is open later.
Prochaine station, Lionel-Groulx.
Another train approaching.
Correspondance avec la ligne Berri.
Attention à tous les voyageurs.
Oh, here we go.
En raison de la COP15, il n'y a aucun arrêt des trains à la station Place d'Armes.
Now somebody mentioned inside the transit community, fellow YouTuber, I believe, mentioned that this announcement is played at every station between Lionel-Groulx and Place d'Armes until you actually get to Place d'Armes, and that's the one announcing no trains are stopping at Place d'Armes.
Station Lionel-Groulx.
Which is 5 stops away, by the way.
Ouverture des portes de l'autre
Which
côté.
means we may hear it about 4 times. So we'll see what that's all about. Usually they only announce at the station before. So if they announce it again when we leave this station, then we're going to know that it is in fact announced multiple stations before, multiple times before.
Prochaine station, Georges Vanier.
Attention à tous les
There you
voyageurs.
go, it is announced
En
multiple times.
raison de la COP15, il n'y a aucun arrêt des trains à la station Place d'Armes.
Alright, so there you have it. It is in fact true. Confirmed. The announcement is made multiple times before you actually reach Snowdon Metro Station. I think we're about 3 minutes away or so from Place d'Armes. And the reason, of course, it's close, as I mentioned, is that COP15 Biodiversity Conference. The Conference of Parties is called.
Station Georges Vanier.
Now the question is the train going to go into manual mode once we get to Place d'Armes. We'll go back to automatic mode once we get to Champ de Mars. Here it comes again, the announcement.
Prochaine station, Lucien Lallier.
Most likely.
Attention à tous les voyageurs. En raison de la COP15, il n'y a aucun arrêt des trains à la station Place d'Armes.
Station Lucien Lallier.
I was out of focus there for a second. Here's Lucien Lallier, of course, it connects to the Gare Lucien Lallier, the Lucien Lallier train station for the EXO commuter trains, formerly known as the AMT. Changed their name to EXO in 2020, I believe. EXO, which by the way means, I think it's a Greek word for exterior. Hence they use the name EXO because it's exterior train lines outside the Montreal area in general.
Prochaine station, Bonaventure.
Attention à tous les voyageurs. En raison de la COP15, il n'y a aucun arrêt des trains à la station Place d'Armes.
And I'll also put timestamps in my video description of where each station is in the video, and that way you can find easily if you're looking for a certain station, or
Station
if you're
Bonaventure.
looking to see where Place d'Armes Metro Station is without having to watch the whole video. And I do like that about YouTube, it allows you to do chapters. In terms of now, we got Square Victoria, OACE, Square Victoria, OACI, if you want to say it in English. And then, yeah, it's going to go to Place d'Armes. We're going to go right through the station without stopping. And then it'll stop at Champ de Mars. And we get off at the station after Berri-UQAM and switch to the Green Line.
Prochaine station, Square Victoria, OACI.
Attention à tous les voyageurs. En raison de la COP15, il n'y a aucun arrêt des trains à la station Place d'Armes.
So this is where you got to pay attention. You got to listen to the sounds that the train makes. Once we pull into Square Victoria, see if it makes a kind of air pressure sound. That means it's switching to manual mode. It might not do it, but
Station Square Victoria, OACI.
it is possible. Here's where things start getting interesting. Alright, so it seems that it's staying in automatic mode. Didn't hear any sounds. But here we go.
Attention à tous les voyageurs. En raison de la COP15, il n'y a aucun arrêt des trains à la station Place d'Armes.
Prochaine station, Champ de Mars.
So Champ de Mars is the next station because, as you will see, we're going right through Place d'Armes. We're going to slow down, deaccelerate, and here we are. And now, any second, we're going to go back to normal speed. Beautiful slow approach and beautiful slow departure. Always a treat when it comes to filming metros. And now we got another announcement about to start, warning us about the curve coming up, that it's going to slow down again once we get past Champ de Mars.
Station Champ de Mars.
And by the way, Champ de Mars in French is basically Field of Mars, and Mars, I believe, is the god of war, so it's basically war field or battlefield. And Place d'Armes is a place of arms or a place of weapons, so it's an armory. Hence why they named those stations those. Part of Montreal history, because we are near Old Montreal, and of course where the fortifications were and the defenses, armories.
Attention à tous les voyageurs.
There's the announcement
Le
to
train
slow
devra
down.
ralentir à l'approche de la prochaine station. Veuillez bien vous tenir. Merci de votre compréhension.
So that message basically says the
Prochaine
train.
station, Berri-UQAM.
The message said the train will slow down because we're approaching.
Correspondance avec les lignes vertes et jaunes.
Yeah, the message said we're approaching Berri-UQAM at a slow speed because it is a curve, and there's a slow down process that they were mentioning, the acceleration, and we're about to get off and switch to the green line and basically head back the way we came, which is westbound, but this time on the green line.
Station Berri-UQAM.
There's a AZUR Set 38. Since Berri-UQAM got renovated, this is one of my favorite features, is this glass little ceiling they have here, this glass ceiling. Construction going on in there, it looks like, or at least as a storage area perhaps for construction material. Alright, so now we go to the green line. And we're going to go down these stairs, which will take us to the Angrignon Direction. But I will show you this elevator. We're not actually going to ride the elevator, but we're going to use it as something interesting. Look at this, both doors open at the same time on the same floor. Something you don't see often. So now we'll head to where we want to go, which is downstairs to the green line. And by the way, this here, as you can see, is a dépanneur. We have this dépanneur here. We also have one upstairs, which you can't see from here, but it is there. And there's our top floor as well, if interested. And this is to get you downstairs back to the other direction, which is Coker 2. And if you want to take the yellow line, well, you go this way and then down those stairs. And by the way, if you look through the glass here that's depiner, you actually see that work of art in the distance, which we're going to see up close in a moment once we get down the stairs. Looks like the lights here are out. I don't know if that's a power outage or they're doing construction. Looks like they got the panels exposed here. If you are interested, by the way, this huge wall that's in front of us here, this one, I do have videos on my channel when this wall was being constructed, which was in fact right when my YouTube channel was born, back in late 2015. All right, here's another look at this artwork here, which we saw through that depiner, that convenience store. Really beautiful work of art. So now the question is, what kind of train are we going to get on this line? Is it going to be a AZUR train or MR73? So we got 2 minutes until our train arrives. And I'll pause the video until it arrives to save some time in storage. Alright, so we got set 59. That's funny, we were just on set 60 before. Alright, so for this train, I was going to go in the front, but we'll stay in the middle for this one. And for this ride, we'll film from this side as well. So yeah, I was going to go to the front, but I'll stay in the middle for a change. You can hear the natural sound of the motors of the AZUR Set. Can't tell what AZUR Set that is. Ah, set 69. Sort of make it out. Yeah, set 69.
Prochaine station, Place des Arts.
Depending on when you're watching this video, Place des Arts has a beautiful light show going on right now. Beautiful interactive light exhibit.
Station Place des Arts.
And Place des Arts is one of the newer stations as well to have the elevator installed a couple of months ago. And just so you know, it's Sunday, December 4th, 2022. It's 12:41 a.m. exactly. This is one of my longer metro videos, but I wanted to do something a little different tonight. Like I said, film a ride between Snowdon and Berri, and then from Berri to LaSalle on 2 different lines.
Prochaine station, McGill. Station McGill.
Here's one of my favorite artworks in the Metro, Montreal from 1800. So because we haven't seen the elevator yet, we're going to see it as we leave the station heading towards Angrignon. So keep an eye out for it right before the tunnel.
Prochaine station, Peel.
Actually, this side's closed. It's the Honorable Grand side that has the elevator.
Station Peel.
And of course, the distance between McGill and Peel and vice versa is the shortest in the entire metro system. It's the shortest distance between two stations. A little bit of trivia for anyone who would be interested in knowing. And that's in contrast to the longest, which I believe is between Berri-UQAM and Jean Drapeau on the yellow line, which ironically is the shortest line in the metro, the yellow line.
Prochaine station, Guy Concordia. Station Guy Concordia.
So as you can see, even though the metro is late, it's past midnight, it's quite busy on a Saturday night. As people are coming back from restaurants and whatnot. Thankfully, so far, we haven't had anyone really loud on the train during our ride. This is usually the busiest station on a Saturday night going into a Sunday.
Prochaine station, Atwater.
Atwater can be somewhat busy. So in the first video we were in the front car of the AZUR. Now we're in the middle, we're in car 6. And if it seems a bit louder, the motor, that's because there's actually motors in the middle cars. I don't think the end cars have motors, which will be car 9 and car 1. They usually don't have motors in them. From what I understand, they don't have motors. It's only the middle car. Cars set 2 to 8.
Station Atwater.
Here's Atwater, which of course connects to Alexis Neon Plaza. And when the metro was first built, Atwater was the terminus. It was the westernmost station on the Green Line. And as I did mention in a previous video, you can actually see the tunnel on top of the tunnel when you're looking towards Angrignon. It's a very cool thing to see. You look up in the ceiling and you'll see there's a tunnel there with a green light. That's pretty much where the switch tracks used to be. Alright, now we're coming up to Lionel-Groulx. If it sounds familiar, that's because we were just past Lionel-Groulx before on the orange line. Now we're passing it in the other direction on the green line, heading westbound. So I think this is the first time I've ever filmed a metro ride where I've passed a metro station twice on 2 different lines in the video. And where you can actually see the other line that we were on. So I was going to get off at LaSalle Metro Station, but I think I'm going to get off at Charlevoix Metro Station. Just to show you, once again, the deepest station in the network, for those that aren't aware. So keep an eye out this window, and you're going to see the opposite platform on the orange line. And here it is. There it is, right there. That's actually COP15 direction. We were up top before, in the Montmorency direction. So yeah, that's where we passed by before on our initial video, our initial part of the video, which I will timestamp as such, so you can find it easily. I'll make a reference point. And because the next stop is Charlevoix, that's where we'll be getting off, so I could show you once again the deepest station in the network.
Prochaine station, Charlevoix.
If it was set 60 we were on the orange line. I have to review the video, or if it was set 60, the one we saw departing at Berri-UQAM going towards COP15. It'd be really cool if we were on set 60, now we're on set 59. Doesn't really make a difference, it's just interesting. Alright, here we are, Charlevoix Metro Station.
Station Charlevoix.
We got a nice view of the train departing, heading towards Angrignon. Now here's the thing I wanted to mention. When I say this is the deepest station in the network, I'm actually talking about down here, which is right there. So right there is the deepest part of the metro station towards Henri Beaugrand, which is down there. So that's what makes this metro station the deepest. And now you're going to see these escalators. I could be wrong, but this set of escalators right here that you're looking at in front of us could be the longest set of escalators in the network. They're also the one that tends to be the noisiest in terms of squeaking. Specifically this one over here. I think this metro station would be a great candidate for an elevator. But from what I understand, the soil and the ground is a little bit complicated, the bedrock and whatnot. I think it's something to do with the clay or something, the clay material. So here's the famous stained glass windows. Can't see much of them at nighttime. You can kind of make out some colors. Definitely more spectacular in the daytime. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why Charlevoix is my favorite station in the network. because of the fact it's the deepest, and also because I'm a stained glass window fanatic. I love different colors, and this is definitely one that takes the cake. There's one as well at Champ de Mars station, which we passed before, but you couldn't see it because we were at the platform level. If you're interested here, it's actually a very old piece of technology here. I think this counts how many people go through the turnstile. An old analog system. Okay, so here we are. We are coming up now to the top. Now, one thing I want to mention, a lot of transit fans out there and people that take our transit system, they mention that they hate Lucien-L'Allier because it's so deep, even though this is the deepest station. The thing is, Lucien-L'Allier, I think it gives an optical illusion that it's more deeper than it is, because first of all, when you look down through the window, you can see all the way down to the platform more or less from the top. You can't do that here at Charlevoix. Mind you, there is a vent right out this window here that takes you right down, ventilation shaft. But I think the other reason why is because there's so many stairs at Lucien-L'Allier. Here we only have 2 sets of escalators, plus that 1 set of stairs. Yeah, so anyways, there's the buses in this vicinity. We'll go outside, because why not? On Centre Street, Rue Centre. And here we are. And there, of course, is Charlevoix right here, and Center Street is here. Alright, so thank you all for watching. As I always say, if you like what you see, hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and more videos to come. Have a good night, everybody.